So we saw Tang. He was playing Druid, Paladin, and Hunter. And he's going to be playing against Druid, Paladin, and Mage. So the big question, looking like, how does Hunter versus Mage work in these kinds of lineups? And which one's going to be strong against each one? So Hunter naturally strikes me as going to be a little bit stronger versus Druid. And a little bit weaker to Warrior. And the Mage side of it looks to me like it's going to be a little bit stronger versus Warrior than the Hunter would be, and a little bit weaker versus like Ramp Druid style decks.
Yeah, definitely. The Ramp Druids, they're always really interesting to me, right? Because you think they would be a little slower, but then if they do have the Innervates and the Wild Growths, you can actually get under pressure really quickly.
Yeah.
Because if they play a 5/10 taunt, like turn 3, what can you really do against that?
Right. Like when would you start to see something like Polymorph work its way into Mech Mage decks? Like how many 5/10s would you have to be playing against before you're like, you know what, I'm putting a Polymorph in here. I'm tired of all these 5/10s.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Polymorph. It could even be Black Knight. Black Knight might suit the tempo of the deck pretty easily.
Oh,
But
I actually really like Black Knight in the mech decks because you can also get the taunt cog.
Yeah.
From you guys, so that actually makes a ton of sense.
Because you have the Yetis and you have the Gnomes.
Yeah. All right, well, finals is about to get underway here, and it's going to be Druid versus Paladin in the first game. Tang is going to be on top with Druid, and Supreme Kai going to be on bottom with Paladin. And those two cards are pretty good. I mean, those two are enough to make me keep that hand, I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to see
but the Druid's hand's pretty good too.
Yeah, these are both really saucy hands on both sides. I would think in a spot like this, I would probably tend to favor the Paladin.
Yeah.
But, looking at these hands, I mean, this could scale really, really well for Tang. He's got...
Yeah, Zombie Chow is really good. And he has the Innervate, so he's definitely not out of the game. But I think Paladin is just naturally favored in this matchup.
Second Zombie Chow gets picked up.
You just have to kill this guy, right?
I don't think you have to kill it.
To just playing Senjin.
I think there's a lot of merit to playing Senjin. And the biggest ones behind it is that the shielded minibot's going to be kind of threatened straight away, and you're putting a lot of pressure on the board to make sure that you check muster for battle right away. Okay. So I think there is a lot of merit to just killing this shielded minibot right away. Because you're checking it just in a different way. The difference is that in a scenario like this, I think you're going to be a little bit more open to muster for battle than you would have normally.
Right.
And that's the situation I think that I personally would have tried to avoid.
Yeah, I guess muster for battle here, it'd be really hard to deal with. And even if you had the best case response of like swipe, you're really not happy because then you're not putting anything on the board. And if you opt to coin swipe, then you're really behind. So you definitely take at least 4 damage because there's no way I would see you coin swiping.
Yeah, I'm just going to go for Senjin here. So, still works out, I think, pretty heavily in his favor.
Mm-hmm. He's going to get a draw.
Yep. Ooh, muster for battle, too.
Yeah, muster's going to be really good later. I think muster with equality is going to be so big against this Druid, because normally he's only going to play one big minion at a time. And he's not really worried about combo, so he's not worried about taking the damage to his face.
The other thing, too, is if he's been paying attention to what's been happening, he's going to know that there's not... Yeah, he knows that there's not like a combo in here.
Right.
He's kind of... He does what he wants. I think it's just got to be Loatheb.
Yeah. And do you use this True Silver?
I don't know. That's actually kind of tough. He would go up to 30.
I think I would have just because now he could trade both of his Chows and Hero Power.
It does seem a little bit odd that he would choose to not protect his Loatheb here.
Wow, a really aggressive keeper.
Yeah, I mean, you're telling me. I think Sylvanas is really influencing this a lot.
Yeah.
I think without this Sylvanas, you would have seen the Keeper get saved.
Yeah, I guess it's also really good too, because now you still have a fully healthy zombie chow.
Yep. He's really trying to get this swing out of the way too.
Yep. Do you think we're going to see muster?
I definitely think it's a possibility, but I think I'd like to see him token.
Yep. I like hero powering too.
Actually, I wouldn't even mind to see Big Game Hunter, honestly, if you're really that concerned with killing the zombie chow.
Especially if he watched the last series, he didn't see anything that could be big gamed.
Yeah.
I think we saw Kel'Thuzad, so it makes me think it's a deck where he specifically made it so he couldn't get Big Game Hunter.
Oh, did he have Dr. Boom in there as well, or was that Kai's
I don't
line
think
of
so.
Dr. Boom?
I think that was Kai who had Dr. Boom.
Yeah, because he had Grove Tenders. That's right.
Yeah.
Shade X Ramus is like kind of a tricky one. I actually think I like the Shade here.
I like Shade Hero Power.
Yeah,
because it plays around Quartermaster, right?
That and it also like it really begs to get a Consecrate out of your opponent. And when your opponent doesn't have a quality Consecrate against this ramp deck, it's so much more powerful than when your opponent does. So like if your opponent just has a quality, it hurts. But when your opponent has a quality and Consecrate, it really sucks.
Yeah,
but
you know, need to have this swipe.
There's a lot of merits to doing it this way too, though, to where you get a quality out of the way now. And if you get a quality out of the way, you're not worried about a quality Consecrate later. You're just worried about Consecrate.
Yep. And I think we're going to see the muster here for sure.
Yep. Mustard for battle. I want ketchup for peace. So that's that's the one I want next. He likes to not take his damage here. Either. Doesn't really matter too much where he one or the other. Zombie Chow's going to heal him back up. Wow, another Ancient of War gets drawn. And if you played Ancient of War last turn, I think you're definitely playing Ancient of War this turn. What is he doing with this Sylvanas?
He wants
Hang on there, buddy. Oh my gosh, I really am not a fan of that one. I would have loved to see
I definitely think I was... Yeah.
What he's doing here, though, this is a safe play, though. The reason he's doing this is because he doesn't want to see Quartermaster happen. If he had played the Ancient of War and he saw Quartermaster, he's going to lose his Ancient of War. But if he plays the Sylvanas first, he almost never sees Quartermaster here, I think, because he's at such a high life total that he can play through against however much damage is going to race against him. But this Sylvanas is just going to act as like a pseudo swipe. It's going to get the board clear. Now, the trade-off for this is when your opponent has something like Tyrion, your hand gets a little bit worse. But I still think he's got enough gas to fight through this and not worry too much about it.
Yeah, definitely. Not having a keeper for Tyrion could be an issue. But he does have Scenarios, which is going to stall for a little bit at least. He does have the Consecrate that will answer at least the 2/2s. And then he can even trade into the Scenarios. But at least you're not taking the damage and it gives you a chance to draw like a Silence.
Yeah. I actually really like playing this as a 5/10 here. And just hoping it gets Sylvanas gets drawn. And if there was no Tyrion, if there was no silence for that Tyrion, I think that you are very aware that there's not a silence for the Sylvanas coming up. And I think this game is about to start running way out of control here in favor of Kai. Wow, he actually chooses to just token. That's really
interesting. Kel'Thuzad doesn't really help.
Yeah, it will not put Ancient of War back into play buffed. It will put into play as just a 5/5. So it won't have taunt and it won't have Core Hound mode activated. So not a ton of help there.
Core Hound mode, best mode.
I think he's got to go with the Kel'Thuzad anyway, though.
Yeah, he has to.
Yep.
It gives him the strongest board. Yeah. I guess it's like not the worst draw, right? But you're still going to be taking a lot of damage. Yeah.
Now, how did your opponent play Sylvanas? You would not have played Kel'Thuzad.
Right.
So he's got a way to kill Kel'Thuzad straight away, and then he's going to have Ashbringer.
Do you think you Consecrate here?
Gosh, that's tough. I think you do, actually. And I think you do because you have the Sylvanas.
Right.
Yeah, what a board position to have. 11 points of damage on board. Harrison Jones gets drawn for tank.
Wow.
This
That gives
could,
him a chance.
this could really turn the game around because Consecrate just got used. So this Cenarius might actually hit the board. These tokens may matter a lot here. And if he picks up a Keeper of the Grove off of this, look out. Gets a Wild Growth instead. So 2 Innervates available.
Not bad.
I like just Wild Growthing here and soaking up your damage and moving forward from here, because if you play something like Senjin, you do risk like a potential for a steal. But like say your opponent has Ironbeak Owl for the 3/5 and then runs the Sylvanas in. That's like I think a pretty nightmare scenario. I think I would like to see him just Wild Growth here and hope to be able to get this Harrison to just trade off into the Sylvanas and move forward from there. Now, of course, if he sees something like, Aldor Peacekeeper or another big taunt, it's like that's going to come back to haunt them. So that is something else he's going to be thinking about when he chooses to play Senjin here.
And do you think he innervates Shade since he did play the Ascension? Or is he really looking to just trade for the Sylvanas before he plays anything else?
I think he's looking for the trade.
Yeah. Another Consecrate.
Doesn't do much right now, though.
Well, it's not right now, but we know he has Cenarius.
Yeah, that's really the big one. Can't really rely on the taunts anymore. I don't think he'd be taunting this turn anyway. Oh, Keeper of the Grove gets drawn.
Yeah, but now it's still really awkward. I think you just have to draw and then reassess. Because if you silence, you still have to take 5.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you do have to draw first. What does he want to draw off this?
Swipe.
How about Sludge Belcher?
It's not Sludge Belcher. Do you think he just gives him the T4?
Oh, I don't. I think Sludge Belcher actually might be fine here. I think he might just be seeing both the Innervates get used.
Yep, and play Sludge Belcher and kill the 1/1. Yeah, it's not too bad. Unfortunately, he has the Consecrate, but otherwise, this is a really good board.
Yep. Well, he's going to hold the Shade back still. Quartermaster gets drawn.
Yeah, I like the Shade. Or holding Shade.
Yeah, he's fought really heavily for this board position, too. Wow, Consecrate's going to get used here, too. So this Cenarius...
Wow. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting him to hold on to the Consecrate maybe one more turn.
And he went for the Dome, too. This game might turn around right here.
Yeah. Wrath, and he could innervate out Cenarius. Wow. Do you think the Druid's actually going to win now?
I mean, looking at the hands, I mean, both Consecrates are gone. Yeah, I mean, this position looks really bad for Kai now.
What could he even draw? He has no more Consecrates. He has one equality, maybe. He might have a Pyromancer.
I think Shredder was one of his best draws, just to get something big on the board. Swipe gets picked up, though. Oh my gosh. He's just got everything going for him right now.
The game is completely flipped.
I think you go the 2/1 and the 1/1 into the Shredder first. I think that's the first order of business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if there's something like Millhouse pops out of this, not gonna be happy with that. So it's Ironbeak Owl. I would like to see the Harrison trade in here. I want to see the trade total. Yeah, because you're trading 2 7ths of your life total. If you use your face back instead.
Sending the message completely. He's like, you know what? If you got Avenging Wrath and they all go to my face, you got me.
Black Knight gets drawn. I don't know if this is going to be enough, though. It's just he's under so much pressure now.
I don't think it is. Black Knight's just a few turns too late. If he had that earlier on one of the bigger taunts, then it might have turned around, but...
Yeah. You know, I actually like he's chosen to go with this line, though.
Yeah. It's a lot more power than just the 4/5.
Wow, and Ancient Lore gets picked up. He's got it. He's drawing here, right?
Yeah, you have to draw.
Sludge Belcher.
You're
and
feeling
Michael
so
Goldback.
comfortable behind what you have. Wow. Just wow. I can't believe that game turned around.
That's so unbelievable. I mean, he got the extra Consecrate out. Oh my gosh. I don't know what he can draw. I mean, Sludge Belcher is...
It's not Sludge Belcher.
You just gotta play Quartermaster just to get a 2/5 on the board.
Alright, where's the Kodos?
Oh, and there's a swipe picked up.
Oh my god.
Is that enough? So 5.
Yeah, it has to be, right?
Face. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Yeah.
13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, it looks like 17 damage to me.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Counting it up, I think he's getting the good news.
Unless he misses lethal for the third time. Well, he didn't miss lethal with Big Game Hunter, but it was practically lethal.
If he's from Korea, you know, it's pretty late.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's probably been up for a while playing this one. And also, remember, my theory is that he's like, you know what? Have it.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
I want to see that on Reddit.
Tang is going to... I want to see it on Trolling, too. Tang is going to take game 1 here. And wow, what a big comeback. It looked like for sure he was out of that one. Both of these Consecrates got used here. And I actually think I would have liked to see him favoring playing minions and sort of trading a little bit more efficiently than he was. Sort of in preparation for something like Cenarius. You know, it's tough to say... It's tough to be in that seat and be like, you know, I shouldn't Consecrate here because of Cenarius. But if you really think about all of the range of options your opponent are going to have going into their turn, Cenarius is really one of the only ones that turned the game around because you consistently would have had pressure at every step of the way.
Right. Yeah, I think that Consecrate was played a little loosely. Like, all he did was kill a 1/2.
Yeah.
So I definitely would like seeing it saved, especially since it was his last one.
Tough stuff, though. You know, I mean, we're not the ones sitting in that seat, though. When you're in that seat, everything feels a little bit differently. Sometimes it feels like you should be going for heavier pressure than you should sometimes, and sometimes it feels like you should be really reining it in when you should be putting kind of, you know, the pedal to the metal and going forward from there.
Yep.
It's a lot different when you're sitting in the seat and you're actually against an opponent than when you're looking at the game and kind of analyzing it from a back.
Especially, you have to realize they've been playing for hours too, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is they haven't. This isn't like the first match they've been playing. They came through 128 player field, down to 2 people left. So 126 people have been knocked out of this one, getting to this point in the tournament. So that's a lot of matches that have been played by that point.
You don't know how much they had to play beforehand to practice, and there's just a lot to go into it.
Yeah, maybe they had to work today and they got home and they're like, you know what, I'm going to play this Hearthstone tournament. A lot of factors come into effect when you're really breaking all this stuff down. It's like these guys they're not professional Hearthstone players that only play Hearthstone. They train for all these moments and kind of go forward from there. I mean, these are guys who fought their way through an open field to get to the point they are. But we're getting into game 2 right now. Looks like Tang is going to be going with his own Paladin, and Kai is going to be going with his own Druid. So we get to see the roles a little bit reversed this game.
Are we going to see the Innervate Grove Tender?
Is Innervate Grove, is that a thing?
Is it like if you don't have a 3-drop, you don't do it? Sit just like Wild Growth?
He's going to choose to hold on to it. I would like to see him hold on to it. I think the Innervate's more powerful than the 2. In general. Most of the time. Against Hunter, I think I might go Grove Tender.
Fair enough. Grove Tender is actually really good against Minibot. He could coin True Silver, though. But we don't see it in his hand just yet.
Yeah, I think it's going to be coin.
Oh, never mind.
I changed my mind. I would say speak of the devil when he's playing a paladin. Speak of the angels. I don't really know how that works. He drew True Silver Champion right when we were talking about it, so we're going to use
the shinies.
We're going to use an awkward metaphor here and make you feel uncomfortable in chat as we continue to cast this game. 2 across the board from Shielded Minibot, and now a pretty pretty
Wow.
good spot for Supreme
Just
Kai.
Snap plays Ascension. I like Ascension a lot better than Druid of the Claw
Oh yeah,
because they both died the same way.
it's being a little bit more statistically efficient.
Mm-hmm.
The Shredder going to be the play, and
Do you think we're going to see? Oh no, we're not. I was going to say, do you think there's merit to quoting the hero power?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. It's just
Yeah.
since we don't see Quartermaster or anything anyway.
Oh, Black Knight gets top deck straight away. Oh, a thanks
Crazy.
from Kai. Oh my gosh, so much damage being pushed on the other side of the board now. Oh wow, that was brutal. I think you wrath this Piloted Shredder to start. I think that's the first one you do.
Yeah, Doomsayer,
my
please.
Doomsayer, please. Oh, how about Micro Machine? Gosh, I think now you charge in the Micro Machine, honestly. I don't think it makes that much of a difference what you do. I think you're getting kind of bent both ways. Yeah, and then Eldor Peacekeeper going to do it.
Insane.
God, this is rough. Let me ask you this. Is there a merit to trading off your shielded minibot first to play around mind control tech?
I think there's a little bit, but I don't think it's big enough to where you have to worry about it because you have the equality. You have equality consecrate, so even if he does mind control tech, like you're still going to get through.
Definitely save the Micro Machine. Health you want it to be at maximum. That guy's actually going to get really scary because Kai does not have an answer to that. And that is going to start packing a big punch.
He might get to big game for it.
He's got a big game for it in a couple turns. No action here from Kai. I think you got to play this Kel'Thuzad as a 6/8 taunt.
Yeah.
Wow, he's just going to concede.
Wow.
And try to conceal as much information as he can. And honestly, I don't even blame him for that. He's just got nothing rolling for him, and he doesn't have a really strong way to make a recovery in that game. Wow, just like really, really big moves from Tang the entire game, entire way through. He takes
actually, it's actually really important in this, hiding more information, because you have to replay the deck even though it lost.
Right, that was something I was just about to mention too. Is like, if you're going to play... Because this is a conquest format, so it's not like a typical best of 5 that we saw last year with Last Hero Standing, where the person who won got to stay with their deck. The person who wins with this one gets that deck locked, and if you lose with a deck, it's not locked yet. You have to play it again. Because in order to win the match, what you actually have to do is win one game with each of the decks you had submitted in this. So these guys have 3 decks in a best of 5 matchup. They have to win one game with each of them. So it is really important to conceal information. Even if he does have a few percentage points to win, I think the times that the concealed information makes a big difference. It makes a much bigger difference than when you're playing against someone and you get a string of incredible draws and you get really lucky and you win the game. Because what even could he have drawn there to win that game? I mean, he would have had to actually kind of pick up the cards that he drew the entire way through.
He would have had to draw like 4 very specific cards that I can't think of right now in that exact order to win. But, just casually pick up your deck and choose what you want and then maybe have a chance.
Pick which cards you want to draw and go from there. So this is going to be up to 3 games for Tang to win once with his Hunter deck. And if he wins, he's going to have won the entire tournament. First place is $75. Second place in this one is going to be $25. So, if Kai loses this one, he's not completely sunk. I think still gets a bit to go with it. But this is a Face Hunter deck too. And it is, Face Hunter is one of those decks where you're not going to win every game with it, but you're certainly not going to lose every game with it.
Yeah. I think you're more often favored against most matchups just because if you draw the nuts, there's not much that you can do about it.
Right.
And he actually has a pretty good opening hand. He had the 1-drop, the Leopard Gnome. He's got a 2 and a 3-drop. He's actually just going to Hero Power now. And I do like him Hero Powering over a Knife Juggler. But maybe there was merit to coining out one of the 3s just to get more damage in quicker. Because he does know that they play Sludge Belcher and other stuff.
It's so tough to say. His hand has just been so clunky, and he knows he's playing against Ramp Druid, so it's like I think he's just kind of got to hope that things go his way.
Right. Not having a beast for this Coke Man really hurts.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that. I was just thinking about how bad it was that he had to kill Command a Sledge Belcher.
Yeah.
You
can't actually kill Command.
You can't actually even kill Command it. This is so brutal. Wow, I think he just got to start. This is one of the reasons I think I would have liked to see him play the Knife Juggler last turn, is because he'd have Abusive Sergeant for it this turn. I wouldn't have to think too much of it. Like, you are going to lose your Knife Juggler that way, but you don't really have to, like, have a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah, I think you do need to play minions. Like, you can't just play the bow and hit it and expect to win that way. I think you have to play at least one of your minions. I think there is merit to playing Knife Juggler Coin Scientist. But, man, this Keeper is going to stop his play completely.
Yep. Wow. Almost nothing going for him here. I mean, this seems like a strong bow turn, but he's already so far behind. He's got a lot of work to get this one done.
But he does have a lot of cards in his hand, and I think 90% of his deck is damaged, so as soon as he gets rid of the taunts, he can start hitting the face. It could end really quickly.
Do you expect to see Leroy in these Hunter decks?
Oh, definitely. In this version, at least. In, like, the version that has Shredder and stuff like that, it's less likely, but there are even face hunters that play Shredders now. So I would like to see Mind Control Tech off the Hunter.
You said you were going to put that in your Hunter decks now because no one's expecting it, right? Oh, that was your Mage deck.
And Mage, just throw it in everything.
Just both of them. I'm just going to put Mind Control decks in everything.
Why not, right? Worst case scenario, it's a 3-3. Best case scenario, it's a...
He's like Econ. He's in everything. Yeah.
Basically. Did Econ play this? I'm sure he did. Just like an alternate name.
I don't know. I just know he's in everything. That's all I know.
Fair enough.
A wise man told me that.
I really like the man who said that.
Looks like it's going to be Wolf Rider. And if he's going to go consistent with what he's been doing, I think he's going to Hero Power Face. But
probably the Abusive Sergeant.
How awkward is it, like, just jamming Wolf Rider?
Just jam Wolf Rider, Abusive Sergeant, go off the face, hope for the best.
It's a Misha.
Okay. This actually makes it really awkward for his mana. I think Wolf Rider or Hero Power Abusive is just better. I mean, this is a stronger board, but you have less damage on his face. It makes the Abusive really awkward. Because you don't have another charge in your hand.
Yep. But I think it's been strong enough. I think he's got enough stuff on the board to just fight through this point. Second Abusive Sergeant against draw. No charges for that one, unfortunately. But he does get some extra damage in.
He does have the option of taking 11. You know? Just the casual double abusive punch it with your face.
The option of taking 11. It's always one that I'm looking forward to. Scenarios gets drawn. I think that I think this 5-10 might be pretty close to closeout, or even the 5-5.
I think it's the heals better.
Yeah, I think heal 5's better too. It plays around more stuff. So your opponent's not going to deal you 22 from this position. I mean, it'd have to be like Unleash, Timber. If Unleash, Timber, Kill Command would do it, actually.
Well, I want to see that happen in one of these events. Just the double Timberwolf.
Just back to double Timberwolf. Unleash face Hunter. Oh my gosh, he just he picks off.
He sniped the boom.
Wow, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, Cenarius is still going to close this one out. It's just too much damage.
Cenarius buff is too strong.
You know, if he might. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe he's going to reach with his Kill Command. No, he's not going to do it. He needs the actual damage on face. So, game 3, however, is going to go over to Kai. This win was so important for him. He needed to get something on the board. And
Yeah,
obviously it's
and I guess while
it's
these
sick.
animations are going off, we can mention that there's a giveaway in chat. If you type !! giveaway, you have a chance to win a headset and a mouse. Or a headset or a mouse, I should say.
Yeah,
So you guys
headset
should
or
definitely do
mouse
that.
being given to the winner. And to enter that, all you have to do is fill out the survey that's posted in Twitch chat when you type ! giveaway. So this is not one of the ones where a guy said he's just won 40 booster packs, and to enter that drawing, you type ! giveaway. You actually type ! giveaway and go fill out the survey.
And it does something! I love Twitch chat.
Go fill out the survey. Make sure you give some feedback. More than happy to hear it. And of course, if you'd like to give feedback, you can tweet at myself or Freshka. He is at Freshka Nation. I'm at That's Admirable. If you have any comments or predictions or just anything you'd like to say to us whatsoever. So, wow. Last game was just... I felt like I would have liked to see more development from the Hunter side of it, but I can understand why he's trying to weave in the hero powers.
Yeah.
When do you start doing one or the other? Like, when do you prefer to have one of those?
It's really hard to say, right? But I think in the situation where you just need to go for damage, you have to hero power as much as possible, and then just try to close out the game. But then in the same respect, if they're not playing too many minions, maybe you have the chance of flooding the board and winning that way. But if they have a way to answer your minions, you just have to hero power, I feel.
Yeah, I think I would tend to agree and just hope for the best. Hope that their mid game isn't too strong.
Right.
I don't, there's a lot to be said about just even if they can't answer your minions, just jamming your minions in there and making them answer them, and then hoping that you can string together the right draws to either just continue to deal too much damage, or to just get everything out of the way from there. Wow, look at this turn one.
Oh. And look at the Hunter's hand. He can't do anything.
He can't do anything to this board. If he plays Knife Juggler, it's going to die. He's just got to hero power and then start eating damage. And look at how much damage it's going to be.
I think he just has to play the Knife Juggler to kill a 2-1. That's how awkward his hand feels.
Gosh, that feels awful. He's not going to go for it. You know, I think I actually agree with you. This game is going to start snowballing out of control really quickly here. I mean, look at this start.
Chugga chugga.
9 power on the board on turn 2. I thought Hunter was supposed to be the aggro deck here.
So the Hunter really needs to Unleash the Hounds on turn 5, and that's
like
probably his only
explosive
chance.
Traps.
Yeah.
He needs to draw
Just
4 explosive traps. Yeah.
Yeah. Just jam in.
Gosh. Oh, he's just gonna the hope juggle.
Oh my god.
He's got a 20% chance, man. I think it's about the best he's got at this point. Feels icky too. Oh gosh, that's one of the worst ones.
Yeah, at least the 2-3 would have allowed his 2-1 to trade if the guy ignored it, but I can't see it.
Damage.
Just any of the minions ignoring it, he had a chance, but no. So now you just get a favorable trade with the 2-1 in the hero power probably and play the Cogmaster.
Let's see what Coggy gets, so that does matter a little bit. He's an armor plating.
The health's actually pretty good.
Yeah, you know, I actually like he's playing this kind of patient here. Instead of getting the Mad Scientist down, because it just doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
And what do you do here?
Don't.
So
I think you Wolf Rider one of the minions.
One of the minions! Oh my gosh.
What else are you going to do? There's no way you win this race.
I think you just got to go for it, man. You just need to. You have to just draw 2 explosive traps, I think.
But Explosive Trap doesn't even clear the 2-3s.
Right. That's why you have to draw 2. I think you just got to. Yeah.
Runner, Explosive Trap.
I think you just rip it. I mean, are you gonna win by killing one of the 2-3s?
Well, I think if you kill a 2-3,
then if you draw,
you have a chance for your Unleash to clear.
I think Unleash is gonna be. I think Unleash is still good enough here.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know, man. I can see it both ways. I think you jam it in his face. I think you let him figure it out.
Just let him figure it out. I think he's already figured it out. In his game plan, he wins this race.
Yeah, get him, Tang. Here, entity gets drawn. Not too much of a help here.
So Mad Scientist ping the 3-1's most likely going to happen.
How does he take care of this Clockwork Gnome?
Oh, he cares about the Clockwork now.
Just goes dome.
Yeah, I think he just punched him in the face. But he is going to trade. I guess it makes sense in case he did have the explosive trap.
Well, he's facing down 9 points of damage, and there is no Unleash the Hounds yet. Maybe he should have Wolf Rider at 2-3.
I still don't think it would have mattered too much, but
no, I don't think it does either. I think this game was really, really heavily sealed when you didn't see a 1-drop or an effective 2-drop from Tang this game, and you saw Supreme Kai open up with 4 minions on turn 2.
Yeah. This is one of those games where you just kind of shake your head and chalk it up to variance.
Dang it! Well, I'll get him next time. Lethal gets drawn for Supreme Kai. I don't think he needed it. I think he's way far out of reach of this game. And I don't think there's any merit to hiding Fireball. Call me crazy. So that's going to be it.
I know a few players who don't play Fireball in their mage decks.
Hey, you know, I've been there a time or two, and I was looking at a Freshka deck, and I see no Fireballs in the list. But you know, this is a big sigh of relief for Kai now. And Tang, I mean, this one's got to be feeling brutal. I mean, you had 1 game to win out of 3, and now you're down to the last one. You have to win this one, or else you're second place.
Yeah.
You were smooth sailing. You're feeling good. You're bobbing and weaving. You're like, you know what? I got Face Hunter. I can relax. I don't have to do math anymore. I can just press buttons and they'll die eventually. But that's not happening now.
And one of his games, he crushed him. Like it wasn't really close. And now the opposite happened.
I will fight with honor.
So Paladin, I mean,
Hunter.
If there's a deck that can kind of dismantle it straight away, like if you see something like Zombie Chow turn 1, that's a really big advantage for Kai. And there is Explosive Trap in here. We know there's Explosive Trap. We knew there was Unleash the Hounds. These are the cards he was missing in these other matchups, I think, at really key points in the game. But he has them in this one. I mean, just look at these opening hands. There's Knife Juggler in this one, too.
Wow.
So, do you think that Kai... I'm sorry, do you think Tang's going to wait here on the Explosive Trap and just play his own Knife Juggler?
I think he has to. Honestly. Like, if he does play it now, and he trades, and then his opponent musters, it puts him in a really awkward spot to where he's going to at least lose the board for a turn, and potentially more, to where he has to either unleash or wait, and then Knife Juggler unleash later.
I think I actually like coining into Animal Companion.
Yeah, I like either coin Animal Companion, just hero powering, or even 1 Knife Juggler, because you have the second one already.
Yep. Oh, this is for sure going to be Acolyte of Pain. That was a fantastic draw.
Yeah, it was a crazy draw. I think you Animal Companion now for sure.
I don't think he's got another play.
Nope. He could kill command the Knife Juggler, but that seems really bad. He really wants to pick up a bow.
This Acolyte of Pain, I have to say, is pretty heads. Oh, he rolls a Huff or 2. Gosh, that's brutal. I think he's got to run this into the Knife Juggler.
Yeah. It has to be the Knife Juggler. Even though he wants to get rid of the Acolyte of Pain, it leaves him open to just a random juggle if he does hit the Acolyte of Pain.
You know what? I do like going...
I like that too.
I was just about to mention this. I do like going for face here, because if you look at the way his hand's constructed, he's going to have a lot of opportunities to get in quite a few points of damage. If his opponent's missing a taunt, he might just be able to run him over with a string of good plays. Or the string of strong
and even if
drawns.
Even if he does draw a taunt, he has the opportunity to Hunter's Mark with the Unleash.
Yeah.
So
he's saving this coin. He wants to get to a 7-mana point, play 2 jugglers. Oh, never mind, I lied.
Admirable lied.
Yep. I think I actually just like playing Explosive Trap and hero powering here.
Yeah, I like it too. It's like, it'll weaken the Shredder into 1 life. It'll set it up for the Knife Jugglers. Yeah, you have to worry about muster, but again, you have the Unleash. And he can't quite muster and Quartermaster yet, so
yeah,
I like Explosive Trap for sure. But he's going to just play the Knife Juggler. He could even bluff Explosive Trap as snakes, but he's going to just play Glaive Zuka and take the kill.
I think this is a really safe play, And this is sort of a step back from where he just went with the hupper to face.
Yeah. He just kind of changed his game plan.
Yeah. So I think I would tend to flavor Sledge Belcher here like every time.
Yep. But he's gonna go for the mini bot and hero power. It looks like.
So that's put a pretty solid range down now, but this is a pretty easy. This is like a really easy explosive trap turn here.
Yeah, definitely. And there's no reason to attack with your weapon. So just explosive trap, probably hero power.
Gosh, he's got to manage to put together so much damage here too. He may feel like this is the best turn he's going to get from the Knife Juggler, though.
Yeah. I mean, unless he's going to wait for the muster, but I don't think he's going to be playing muster anytime soon. And if he does, it's going to be with the quartermaster.
Yep, I think you're exactly right. So he's looking for some pretty good juggles here.
Actually, yeah, I think those are pretty good juggles. He probably wanted to see one hit the 2-1.
Yeah, I think so as well.
So, I guess he missed one knife, but he can't be too upset about them.
This is kind of a tough spot now for Kai. Because he's not just smooth sailing anymore. I mean, if you play Buster for battle, these tokens are going to get threatened by a Knife Juggler.
Yeah, and you could easily see another Unleash.
Yep. Wow, and a Hero Power comes in too. Unleash would be a really big draw for Tang. Animal Companion gets picked up, so he does have 2 minions to play this turn too. So I mean, again, this could still be really disastrous here for Kai. Oh, he juggles the face. So now I think he wants to juggle the face. Can you imagine if he had Unleash?
Yeah, he has to have the juggler go to the face now.
Yeah, I think he wants it to go to the face now and just get all the damage he can. Yeah, that's going to be 8 points of damage. Kai's down to 12. He's got some ways to kind of start clearing things up here. Gosh, I mean, you can't feel comfortable looking at a Leok and just not having a really, like, solid way to stop what's happening here.
You can't kill him unless you just use your face and all your minions.
Wow, he's just going to go Dr. Boom, so open to more charge damage. Something like Arcane Golem or Eaglehorn Bow wouldn't be that bad. Wolf Rider's not bad either. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. This is 8 points of damage. Is this lethal?
Is it?
Oh,
he has the coin for the cook, man.
Yeah, he
does.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tang is gonna win this one. 3 tries with his 100 deck, but man, just like we said, it's not gonna win every game, but it's not gonna lose every game either, and that's gonna do it. Match point for Tang, and he's taken home first place in the first Hearthlytics.com Open Tournament.
Wow.
Wow. What a tournament for that guy. 128 players. Single elimination the full way through.
Crazy.
Let's go take a look at his bracket and see who exactly he's had to go through to get to this point. So, looks like most of his opponents are kind of relatively unknowns until he gets to Phone Tap. I don't know exactly where I've seen Phone Tap's name before, but I know I've seen it. And Raccoon, actually, I thought Raccoon had some pretty solid plays.
And Raccoon's a player who I know because I've played with a lot of people who play with them often. If that makes sense. Like, he plays with Firebat and some other players like that.
Okay.
He played in a lot of the Firebat, like, in-house tournaments.
Okay, yeah. Those are great.
Yeah. So I've seen him around, and he definitely has a lot of good players that he practices with. He plays a lot with Chance, who I think is his teammate. So he made the mid-range Paladin with the green skin and stuff.
Okay.
So he's been around a lot of good players. So beating him is a really good feat in a tournament, and winning the tournament's even better. So
yeah, for sure. There's no doubt. Winning a tournament is just a tough thing, all on its own. But to winning a field like this, especially after how many rounds he's had to go through,
right?
Got to feel good for that one. So $75 again for Tang, 25 though going to be for Kai. So not going away empty-handed. And wow, that was great. I think my favorite moment from this whole thing though. Still coming from the show match where back-to-back big game hunters were drawn for 6-0. He just rips them
That was
both
so
away.
crazy.
He's like, oh, why
In the
not?
same
Here you
game
go.
too. It's like, oh, the game's like even now. Oh no, never mind. Just kidding.
No, I'm running 2 big game hunters. Yeah, I'm that guy. Wow.
And the
so good.
11-11, that was all the same game, right? There was the 11-11 and both big game hunters.
Yes, Thaddeus was made in that game. There was a Thaddeus made in the game where 2 big game hunters got drawn.
Oh my god.
Thaddeus wasn't my favorite point. The top decking 2 big game hunters was. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. This has been a lot of fun for me. So don't forget, you can type ! giveaway and follow the directions to that survey, fill it out, and you can be entered for a chance to win a headset or a mouse to the winner of that. And then also, don't forget to check out Hearthlytics.com. They're building a data tracker. It's coming really soon. And also, they're going to be tracking this entire 2015 season that's leading up to BlizzCon. They're going to have a comprehensive coverage of all the points that are going on. You're going to be able to search it. It's going to be dynamic, up-to-the-minute updates of everything that's happening on Ladder. So you can kind of follow your favorite players the way through. Check out where you stand on there. Maybe you can get yourself a seat into BlizzCon this year for a $100,000 first prize.
And maybe you'll have Admiral casting you on a huge stage.
That would be a blast.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's pretty much going to do it for me. Freshka, do you have anything you want to say before we close this one up?
No, it was definitely really fun. I guess a shameless plug, you guys should check out some of my articles on TempoStorm.com. And other than that, thank you, Hearthlytics, for having me. And I really look forward to this deck tracker. It's going to be really cool.
All right, well, for Freshka and for myself and for Hearthlytics.com, that's going to do it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night.